Sorry. Um, yeah, so the next runner is ready. So Peter, I'm letting you the end.
Awesome. Well, hello. Return of Peter. Cool. Hello. Yes. My voice was here earlier, but it is here again. This time with an added face attached to it. And today we'll be playing retro style. We're gonna go back to the original Monkey Ball 2 edition of Super Monkey Ball for the GameCube, not the newest game. The original. We're gonna have some fun. I'm really, really passionate about this game in particular and any variation of story mode, so we're just gonna do some classic speed running, high level play. I'm gonna show you some of the coolest strats that you really can't find anywhere else because I like to do silly stuff in my Monkey Ball speedruns.
It's the return of me too. Peter hates me and doesn't want to give me any time to speak, but you thought you could get rid of me? No, you can't.
You're speaking. Hello. Welcome.
I'm
Helix.
gonna
let you
for those
enter
of
the
you just
files, I
tuning in.
swear. True. Don't look at these file names, they're random gibberish because I played this game without thinking. That was embarrassing. Noop? Was that Noop and Norst?
It was Whoop and
I gotta go. Anyway, no incentives for like anything here, but anyone in the chat have like a funny file name or, you know, on commentary or something? We got 5 characters here. Maybe Amoeba has an idea. I don't know. I'm down for anything.
I wish Morgana fit, because I would say that.
Yeah, don't forget Morgana. First result was D's. If I had if I had to choose it based on the very first person to get it in, we got Morgan. That's still more than 5 characters. Wait, no,
but you have Peter. You have 6.
I can't count. That's awesome, Swezzo.
Maybe I shouldn't have had you on to help me with bingo. If there's something that involved counting, it'd be ruined.
All right, well I'm gonna have to go with
sorry,
Frick
I'm
because I
bullying
like
you.
the
You didn't
emote
deserve that,
and
Peter.
the word. I'm gonna go with Frick. Runner's choice because I have the enlightened, objective opinion of what the funniest file name is here, and I like that Bulbasaur. And I say that word a lot. I don't swear, so I'm perfect for, you know, any Pokemon marathon. That is, as long as you don't want Pokemon. All right, I'm ready to go whenever. Are we ready to start a timer and stuff?
Yep. All right. You want me to count you down?
Sure. Oh, yeah, on go. We'll get it right into it.
On go. 3, 2, ready, go.
Oh, you did the ready? I didn't even think of that.
I did the ready.
Showing me up? Alright, well, whatever. I'll show you gameplay. I'll let the gameplay speak for itself. I won't even speak for the rest of this run. What do you think of that?
That's okay, I can do it.
Oh, you called my bluff.
Yeah.
Anyway, polar opposite of Banana Mania. Instead of the up, left, right, and down inputs being very strong, all 4 of the diagonal inputs are strong. So at the beginning of every stage, in order to accelerate, I'm going to be holding up, left, and up, right on the controller in order to build a lot of speed, which allows us to execute either intended or very much not intended skips in this video game. You're going to see a couple of stages from story mode. Helix did actually play early SMB2 story mode in their bingo route, which is actually really funny because you're going to see it again, except in retro format. But once we get past World 5, it's going to be all fresh and new, which is actually where a lot of the coolest stuff happens. So thank you for not going too deep with that run, Helix.
You're welcome.
I've got some really cool stuff to show off that's like Pauseless and awesome in SMB2, so well done, thank you.
Actually, the first major difference is going to be right here where Peter takes the green goal on switches.
True.
That is the fastest thing you can do in this game.
Yeah, and in Banana Mania, the green goal is also like technically faster, but you have to count really, really hard on like weird switch collision in order to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's definitely better to do the blue goal in Banana Mania, but here...
Not faster in RTA and Banana Mania.
In neither game is it really consistent to that blue goal skip that you saw Helix do, but it was fun and it was awesome, and you can usually get it if you try for it.
Yeah, a lot easier in Banana Mania. That skip, the blue goal skip is.
I almost went too fast and hit a floater. That would have been embarrassing. That is totally like brain rot reset gameplay, going too fast and not noticing. Luckily, you know, I'm marathon ready. I'm totally awake and ready.
So it's important to note that Peter is playing the pauseless category. Something that's integral to a lot of Monkey Ball 2 speedruns is pausing. You can use the timer at the top of the screen it's a frame accurate timer. You can use it to check what frame you're on and use the notches in the GameCube's controller to perform specific inputs. That allows us to basically be a task because the game is deterministic. Peter cannot do this. This is such a polarizing thing to do because it requires such a different skill set and matters on a lot of different stages that they are separate pauseless categories. So this is banned in pauseless, Peter. cannot do pause strats.
It's true, it's true. And that basically transforms a lot of stages that are somewhat solved by pause strats into movement tests, you know, long form optimization tests, like this stage in particular. How fast you go on the stage totally depends on how well I can do these turns and clips and stuff. In the pause run, you would see a big skip that would happen here because of all the pauses, which also looks very cool, but different skill set.
Yes.
Mainly, I actually picked this category. Ooh, nice clip. I actually picked this category for this marathon because I've been playing it recently, number one. And number two, a lot of Pauseless has actually kind of caught up to paused, gameplay-wise. There's a bunch of strats that people once thought would only be consistent if you do them pauseless, or with pauses, and they're mostly right, actually. So I'll be doing a bunch of strats that aren't that consistent because I like doing them, that are totally doable without any extra buffs. So this is basically a hard mode version of story mode paused. No
You're also
pausing.
seeing Peter do a lot of menuing, namely retrying at the beginning of every level and stage selecting at the end. The retry skips the little level spin-in cinematic, and the stage select skips the replay that he would otherwise have to sit through. Menuing as a whole throughout the run saves, what, 3-4 minutes? It's a lot of time.
That was already an egregious Zorp. We're showing off the differences between SMB2 and Banana Mania right there.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the glitchy stages in Mania, Eden floor there, but any stage can do that to you in this game.
That was nasty.
That was kind of deep. And I did the hold up, which is like supposed to be the more consistent variation of that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a strat of my invention.
Pauseless coaster. Pauseless coaster.
Don't fail your own strat, Peter.
I'll let you do this, then I'll explain Zorping.
Nice. All right. Anyway, carry on.
Sweet. Yeah, Peter explained this briefly in the Banana Mania run, but if you are just joining us, SMB2's collision is not the most consistent thing in the world, and if Peter runs over like a bump or a ledge and doesn't get collision, the term for that is a Zorp. So if Peter ever says, "Oh, I Zorped," that just means he didn't get collision when he was expecting it. Which
has many explanations that have been used over time as to why the game doesn't process collision sometimes. Many fake and wrong explanations. But the current best bet, which I'm going to paraphrase using my own layman understanding of it, is the game on certain checks is obviously at all times checking to make sure you're not falling through the ground. There's a difference between not falling through the ground kind of collision and actual like bump type collision. And basically, if you catch bumps the right way, it's more so you being inside the stage than you actually being about to clip it. So you just get lightly nudged up back onto it so you don't fall through the floor, instead of actually, you know, bouncing like you want to off of like a huge bump. No super cool inchworm strat here, actually. That was a Banana Mania exclusive. That cycle does not line up the same way in this game. But I will be catching a decent fold up there. Similar time, actually, but a little bit slower. If I had a pause strat, I would be able to recreate the thing that happens on Banana Mania, funny enough, but it's very precise.
Yeah, I was about to say there is a pause strat for inchworms, but it is double frame perfect, so...
Party ball moment. The party ball is a lot more aggressive in this game, by the way, so you're going to see a lot of that. If I'm slightly wrong about entering a goal a little bit too high, then it's going to let you know. The game will not allow me to go through.
I mentioned during Banana Mania, sometimes the party ball catches you and like saves you. Not in this game.
No.
That thing is
we can't rely on the party ball here.
Thing's made of concrete in this one.
You can tell by the way it's textured and stuff. It's made of a whole extra aggressive type of material. It's like pure titanium, rubber, steel, or whatever. You know that surface, that quantonium, the stuff they use in like the comic book movies. Yeah, that's what it's made out of. Einsteinium. All right, onwards to World 3. Dang, we really are going deep through Helix's bingo route here. Let's go. This is like really cool. World 3, one of my favorite worlds. I'm not going to get to use the epic, super consistent, and awesome version of dribbles that Helix got to use when they were in World 3. I'm instead going to be using one of the most toxic and infamous strats of all time.
Yeah, Peter gets to play dribbles pauseless. There are a bunch of different variations of a pause strat for dribbles that make that stage awesome and really consistent. Peter doesn't get to use any of them. Peter has to do this purely pauseless, and he's going to go for a ridiculous strat. I'm
basically trying to mimic a pause strat, but without pausing, so I just need to move my finger fast enough.
Fast enough at the right time.
And first try.
No way.
Sweet. All right, cool. It's either first try or 10th try, so we got spared a lot of extra time spent with me. Let's go.
That was sick.
That was about as well as you like to go. With that being said, immediately by getting that strat, this one was kind of okay because, you know, I've had like a little bit of like hiccups here and there. But because that was first try, I'm just like ahead of my PB now. Because that is not something you can count on.
That's like a 2-frame window to hit that input, and it's a really hard adjustment to actually finish in the goal. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was... Woo! Alright, I'm gonna be riding that high and basically until the end of the run. If I keep dying to any other stage from now on, it doesn't even matter. You guys can no longer judge by gameplay, it's true. Awesome. That was fun. That was fun. I got to have my your triangles moment. I got to hype up a stage for being really hard and toxic and then get it. That was sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do want to shout out Nambo, who's in the chat. Nambo got into Super Monkey Ball 2 through this category. Story mode Pauseless. Really, really cool player. Definitely Pauseless makes some cool people. Makes love bolts these days. And ROM hacks and stuff, so big shout outs. He also is one of the only people to ever get dribbles skip, which is a big skip I'll be doing later in the run, twice in a row, and it wasn't a marathon, so I'm going to be channeling some Nambo energy here today, hopefully.
Nambo's awesome.
Alright, here's a little cool piece of tech here. If I hold A at the end of the world, I can make the load guaranteed very, very fast, which is important if I go for a fast strat here, which I will, because I don't want Helix to one-up me, even though it's a bit random in this game.
Okay.
And I got it!
Let's go. Heck yeah.
I made up, you know, the skill-based strat that Helix did with pure luck. That's my stat, baby. In this game, it can just not let me do that. So that was purely a bad move in an RTA setting, but this is a marathon, so we show it off. That was fun. Literally, I wasn't even going to do that strat because like it's not even that impressive compared to like not doing it, and it's RNG, so it's kind of sad. But when you said, you know, it's not a good idea to do this in SMB2 or something like that, I was like, I now have to do it.
You took up
you set up a bit, you invited me to do something dumb during my run, so I'm down.
You took that personally. Alright, now do the beehive stunt.
You mean like the back and forth thing you were doing?
No, don't.
That looked kind of hard and slow, and well, I died anyway, so let's just pretend I was trying to do it. That was the one attempt of the stunt. Now I'm gonna go play stage normally. You know how it is. I do get to play really fast though, because I don't have to do a stunt. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I basically put all my speedrunner points into luck. I should really run like a Pokemon speed game at some point, really. This game's too much balls, you know. What about Pokeballs, huh? Where's the other ball, you know, aspects of my life that I've been neglecting?
We completely glossed over dynamic maze, by the way. That was sick. Good job.
Oh yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that's a stage where technically you can do exactly the same thing. Pauseless and paused, except like dribbles a little bit, not nearly as bad. You just do the pause strat pauseless, and if you move your thumb quickly enough, you can do it. And I did that time. Even if you do it totally right, though, it can kind of reject you, so actually it is a lot like Beehive. Or dribbles. Because it can reject you even if you feel like you did it right. But not that time. The really crazy stuff has been going pretty well so far, and I'm happy about that. Second try, Gronchers. Not bad, not bad.
Pretty good, too. Yeah, that's another just really hard strat. Getting in that green goal and launchers, it's so difficult. Probably one of the hardest warp goals in the entire game.
Yeah, it's like the only stage in the game where instead of, like, seeing it approach, you get launched upwards so fast into it that you just kind of have to know where you want to be when you're setting it up, and then it just happens after the fact. Like, it's just so fast. I thought I first framed there. That was really scary. Oh, we didn't explain first frames.
Oh, yeah. So, I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing hard stuff, so thank you.
I mentioned how Peter is stage selecting at the end of every level. The first 2 frames after you break the goal tape, if you stage select in those 2 frames, the level does not flag itself as complete. So you have to go play it again. It's a bit of a misnomer because it says first frames. Arthropod is a 6th strat, by the way. But yeah, it's just don't stage select too early or you have to play the level again. It just kind of is what it is. It's
about the costless thing you can do in a Monkey Ball speedrun. Deaths, honestly, compared to most games, are very, very short in this game. You can lose like less than 10 seconds on many deaths if you quickly retry using the retry button in story mode. But if you have to play an entire stage again after having essentially finished it, it's double the stage length. So on a long one, that's pretty bad. Even on a short one, that's pretty bad. So we try to avoid menuing a little bit too aggressively, but the faster you are at menuing, the more likely you're to do it. It's like Icarus in the sun, you know? Gotta be careful.
So, and like not only do you have to play the stage again, you have to sit through the load again too, because you have to go back into it.
Yeah. This is also a thing that can totally happen if I fail to stage select here. See, I go over the exit game button when I stage select. There's a risk that I exit game whenever I do that instead of stage select. And in Japanese and European versions of the game, that costs you more than what a first frame costs you. But in the North American versions, there's a glitch that you can use to get back into the game quickly.
Yeah,
oh,
so
I
if
just got
you're...
lucky in Wormhole? Dang, let's go.
Wow, let's go. You got luckier than I did.
Honestly, clearly, by twice as much, because wow. That stage can say no and a half.
You can soar if you cannot get enough height, you can die. Like... all
the things can happen. We chose none today. That's pretty cool, though. Which is funny, because I actually forgot to use the setup I used that, like, superstitiously supposedly grants me better attempts. So it really goes to show that that stage is just a prayer. Like, I didn't even do a setup, I just kind of, like, forgot to think, and then I got it. It's the way to do it, you know, just get lucky. Pretty cool. Yeah, if, ooh, that was a really slow start. I might not get there in time. No, just barely. Close on that Mad Shuffle. I think I thought I was playing Mania for a split second, so I, like, did not boost immediately in my head. I thought it was you.
That's the thing. Is that...
I actually do want to show the strat. I can, like, back out, but I want to get it. Yeah.
This is a sick strat.
Ooh, second try. That is, no official name. Left side beat screen? There's no name that really describes it to the level of impressive.
Ridiculous beat screen.
That it is. Ridiculous, epic, super swag, mean screen. Whatever you want to call it, you use the rotating bits to pull you up from below after you, like, basically throw yourself off the edge to die. And then you get to go in the goal instantly. A lot like what Helix did, actually.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bead screen.
Mean bead machine?
Mean bead screen. Dr. Robotnik's mean bead screen.
Mead read. I tried to say that, like, partly through naming all the nicknames for the stage, but I can't once say all those words together and have it actually be the name of the strat. Mean bead machine. That's really hard to say without, like, having a brain explosion.
I like that.
Yeah, that was actually Kit who came up with that. I thought it was a pretty cool name. I don't think it caught on because it doesn't mean anything towards the stage, but I thought it was cool.
Make it mean something.
Oh, we both got to bounce off tower. This is solidarity.
No.
I was hoping to get the clutch first try.
It's easier in my game. You have more of an excuse, but I don't.
We take the second try. We take more of an excuse. Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna like parallel solidarity. What the frick? Toggle? That was a weird scenario. Let's try that again. Now we're gaming. Toggle has been mean to me today, actually. I did a practice run earlier today, and it did one of the rare things where it sends you with so much speed towards the goal that you die.
No.
Like, sail right over it. Not a chance. You don't get to play it after you do the strat totally correct. It was pretty cool. And now we're about to end World 5. We'll soon be getting into the zone that Helix did not show off during their bingo story mode run. So, let's go. I will not be doing Tears Red Goal because that does not actually save any time. Or, well, it does save time, technically, over what I'm doing if I did it well. But boy, does it not apply the value that it did for Helix. No red goal for fun.
One attempt.
One attempt? Fine. You were willing to do something completely random when you thought I was asking you to do something random, so I'll mirror that enthusiasm.
Thank you.
But Tears Red Goal, not very good at that. I'm not a wire guy. Never been. Although I'm getting better. I'm trying some Kaizo stuff as of late to get better at wires, but it's a slow and arduous process. My brain was developed in a thick slime in the frozen tundra, so molding it takes many years.
At least you have one.
That's true. That's always good to have. Yeah. No! That should not have let me in. That was a horrible opera attempt. You're
nice. In the world? I just saw that.
Party ball. I thought, weren't you making excuses for me earlier about how the party ball wasn't nice? That might not even be true.
That was nasty. That opera was nasty.
That angle? That was fricked. Alright, one red goal tears for the fans.
Thank you. I'm fans.
Alright, that lasted about as long as I thought it would. Off we go to the not red goal.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. I legit would keep going for it until I get it, except that's like not a guarantee at all. Like there's like a lot of attempts I can go into that before I get it, so we're just gonna lay off. We're gonna save the fun for Gimmick. I will be doing a crazy strat in World.
There's another strat that Peter's gonna go for that he'll try a bunch of times.
That'll be the real fun. Oops. Party ball. That barely didn't work from 3 different points. Yeah, that opera was like wrong from start to finish. I was too busy telling a funny story about the frozen tundra to use my brain. Oh, hey, we're past Helix moment on story mode. These are all new stages. This is where the SMB2 specialists' time to shine. That was 2 sentences mixed into one. Let's go. Now a quick detour. Oh, you should have gone all the way to detour so we could have shown off that they put an S in that.
Yeah.
They called it detours in Banana Mania for no reason.
Only in story mode though. In challenge
Only
mode
in
in Banana
story
Mania,
mode.
there's no S.
Detours. Yeah, there's multiple. There's really only one detour though. I don't know what they were thinking. Steven Switch Inferno.
Yes.
Invented by Steven.
Shout out to Steven CW _
Shoutouts. Even if I didn't get it perfectly, still shoutouts. It's back upable, which is the most important thing about a hard strat.
That was still like not slow.
Yeah, no, like if you can efficiently back it up, it's like always the right choice, I feel, of strat. I repped Steven. Ooh, can I make this? I think I can. Yep. Nice. Forced to good folders. That stage is like split up into like 2-second cycles, so if I'd slowed down, I could have lost 2 seconds and played it safe, but if you can barely maintain your speed, you can go all the way in for 50.
I would not have been able to save that folders. That was skill.
Yeah, it was like... Probably looked like it was wild, but I actually usually try for situations like that. I'm like a big bounce multiple times kind of setupper for folders, so... I bet that looked really scary, but like that's like the only way I know how to do it.
So Peter that was a really smooth spiral bridge. That was impressive. Spiral bridge is, making that cycle is probably one of the hardest movement things you can do in this game, so that was really impressive.
Yeah, it's one of the things that runners will like comment to each other about how cool it was, you know, how well they did it, but like it's something you gotta really know about. Like,
Yeah,
it's like thing where like people watching are like, whoa, these runners are all talking about this stage, but didn't you just walk uphill for a little bit? But it's like a very very nuanced stage. Definitely one of the most fun to get good at if you learn a monkey ball speedrun. All right, domino. Neutral here. Press the switch. Ooh, whoa, fast.
Spiral bridge is especially important because if you miss that cycle, you lose 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, major strat. It's like one where when you reach a certain level of playing monkey ball, you kind of have to get for the run to still be alive. Especially if you run shorter categories like expert. I swear I'm using like more cardinal inputs because I saw you play Banana Mania a second ago. I'm like using hard lefts and rights to turn when I should be using diagonals. I was like osmosising your inputs during that run. Dangerous, switching between the 2 games.
That's the risk you take when switching between games, yeah.
Switching between games, that's what you'd think, like just playing the 2 games. I was just watching a different game.
True.
I've been playing the original Monkey Ball games.
Peter's playing Flock right now, which has a pause strat. It is one of the earliest pause strats found in Monkey Ball. And skips the entire stage, basically. Obviously, you can't do this in Pauseless, and this stage is really slow and finicky.
Yeah, this is the stage where I missed the pause button the most.
Yeah.
Personally.
However,
a lot of scroller. Literally, when you said one of the first pause strats, like literally the first pause strat, like invented for the sake of like creating that kind of execution of tasks, like not timing based, just pure like that was invented for the sake of being a pause strat. So it's like the mother of all pause strats.
That was a very good pauseless completion of Flock though. You got like a 30. That's solid.
Yeah, I played the typical like beginner speed Flock cycle. There's like a really risky kind of fickle one that gets you a 40, and then you can also just YOLO the pause strat pauseless, but that one like I've never gotten. Some people are good at it. Some people are good at YOLOing the pause strat pauseless, and if you're good at that, you should just play this category because that like would save you so much time over everyone because it's like really fast to do that, but like I just can't. I don't know why. It's not like dribbles, which you can kind of YOLO. It's just not something I can do. Really cool strat here. Little double bracelet bounce. A-hold! I will not be retrying the stage for the good load.
I didn't know you went for that on A bracelets.
Oh? Like A-list A? Or double tap?
Yeah, I didn't know. Dang.
Might be one. You might be thinking, I feel like in like categories that aren't small, like main category story mode. Wow, I got a teal. That was my best World 7 ever played in Pauseless. Wow. Awesome. Cool. Anyway, you might be thinking if I'm not running like story mode paused, it's not one that I do, but I'm now good enough at that to do in whatever story mode category.
Cool. That was.
I used to do inside categories though. Yeah.
That was a really clean World 7 actually. Yeah, I'm not surprised that teal. That was really good.
That was cool. Yeah, World 7 is a pretty hard world. But in Pauseless, you're kind of like super warmed up on movement when you get there, so I feel like I often like carry a bit of Pauseless momentum into World 7. Like there's nothing really like terrifying that's Pauseless exclusive in that world. So instead it's more like you've been warming up this entire run to get a good World 7. It's fun though.
The reason Peter purposely didn't retry on 7-10 was to get a better load. That stage is a hold up regardless, but on the last stage of each world, the game will load the cutscene in the background. And so I think it like resets loading every time you retry for some reason.
Yeah, you like
so
cut off the process of like preloading the next stage. Well, that's not how you play that stage.
Yeah, so just not pressing retry there will ensure you get a good load and it saves time overall.
There's some like good lore to that actually. It's kind of a funny like little speedrun anecdote. So basically, when people start speedrunning story mode, they're like, yeah, if I retry at the beginning of these levels, it speeds up the stage spinning. So I'm gonna retry at the beginning of every level because that saves time every single time I do it. Like literally like day one, like a long time ago, people were doing that in story mode, right? Because it's just like a pretty obvious solution to a little bit of time loss, that is the downtime. So like, discovering that we were making our loads bad, like in between worlds, by doing that, we had to like basically uninvent the wheel. Someone had to say, wait, what if we didn't do that thing we always do on the final level of every world, and what if that just gave us a really good load? And it did. So like we were basically dealing with a really bad load on one particular level in every world for a while, for no reason, but only because we assumed we should do that tech everywhere. So we had to undo a speedrun tech in order to go faster there. Reverse regression, you know? It's pretty neat. Because we were like looking for so many solutions on how to make the last stage of the world not a really terrible load. Like we would play the longest stage last to give it more time. We would, you know, people would play it, like talk about how ISO loader saves time and stuff. And it's like, how do we make this not terrible? And as it turns out, we just had to undo a bit of speedrun tech that we invented a long time ago. That Vortex strat is so good. Yeah, that's Epic Vortex. One of two epically named stages. A setup for doing a pause strat pauseless, invented by Nambo, are called Epic Strats. That is Epic Vortex. We'll also be doing Epic Gimmick and Epic Invisible in World 10. So not 1 of 2, I'm going to say 1 of 3. We're going to redo that line I just said. Yeah.
Count, part 2.
Who knows? It might be more than 2. Can you count? I don't know. I'm not even sure anymore. But yeah, big shoutouts. Epic Strats are cool because they bridge the gap between paused and pauseless. Everyone does Epic Vortex these days in pauseless. So like, that's just another stage where pause strats are not saving significant time. If at any time at all, actually, you can get a faster finish than the pause strat can get you if you do a pause strat pauseless. Pausing is slow, and counting is hard. Never called it Epic Gimmick, but it is an Epic Gimmick strat because it's your setup and it's a pause strat pauseless. I'm becoming the Senate on this one. That is not how I boost that stage. Okay.
I'm fine with calling it Epic Gimmick. It's fine by me.
I'm calling it Epic Gimmick. I'm season control. I'm strong arm in this situation. I'm an influencer. I'm creating the lingo. I'm gonna call hierarchy strat made by Glock Diarchy, even if it kills him.
Hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Because it's diagonal hierarchy, not because you die to it, because it's the diagonal hierarchy cut.
It's both.
A little bit. Don't tell anyone though. Whoa, whoa, those walls were terrible. Usually I pull back on that stage because you get there a little bit like early and you party ball, but those walls were really bad and I was almost too late. Scary.
World 9 doesn't have a ton going on. Should we call for donations? We haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Wow, this run's been flying by. Whoops.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we've got a new donation from Non-Binary Code of $7. There's not nearly enough pauses in this run. Thank you very much. And I agree.
Yeah, where have they gone?
Where have they gone?
Where have they gone?
I miss
I'm
Gone
a big
Gone.
pause fan too. It's really weird that I'm playing this. I'm actually a huge pause head. But you know, you gotta taste the guillotine a little bit to understand what it's like to really, you know, play monkey ball. If we were pausing right now, we would just let the guillotine slap us into the goal right now, you know? Gotta experience the stages, I guess. This is me, like, trying out different cultures, you know? There we go.
Nice little cycle skip.
Yeah, the movement on that stage is very fun. I like both strats. Like, the pause strat is, like, ultra swag, but it's also tough to, like, go fast while avoiding that guillotine. As you saw, I did die. I die-eyed a little bit, but we're alive now. Corkscrew, always satisfying. Always kind of confusing, actually, and hard to watch and not get sick at the same time. But trust me, the movement is awesome. I goalposted at the end. Way to ruin a good moment. We were flying. That's the hardest part, though. You're going really fast, and the goal just shows up out of nowhere.
It always sucks when you goalpost on Corkscrew because you lose like 2 seconds because you just have so much speed to send you so far back.
Yeah, it's a super goalpost. It's lucky it's like a lot of ending platform there, so you don't just die when that happens, but...
Yeah.
Corkscrew is a very infamous choke stage. There are a lot of really good PBs on the boards throughout history that have had like a major death to Corkscrew, which is funny because it's not that hard. It's a very long stage, so it's like not one you want to die to.
I probably have one of the most unique choke stages.
Yeah.
The first run, my first 30. I think it was my first 30. It might have been my second 30. I died twice to Spinning Saw, and if I hadn't done that, it would have been a 29.
Spinning Saw, that is interesting. I purposely repressed that for your own pride. I did not remember that on purpose, probably.
And then it took me another, like, 12 30s before I finally got my sub 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would stick with you, the Spinning Saw incident.
It did.
I'm sorry
it still
that
does.
Glad I first tried it for your closure.
We are now in World 10.
We're gonna do 10. I've allotted myself 10 attempts of epic gimmick before I give up. It is the most fickle strat in the entire Pauseless run that I run here, so wish me luck. I'll need it.
You got this.
Not the worst start. Not the worst start. That's 1. Count it. I gave myself 10 because it's really cool and it saves a lot of time. This is a big stage. 2. Counting is freaky, actually. I knew I had to because I could just do this forever if I wanted to, but I don't have forever. But wow, counting it's a bit freaky. Close. You have to balance not overshooting and not undershooting. You can get way more speed and height than you need and way less as well, so you gotta be careful here.
You've got some time, so...
There we go. Lucky number 4.
Oh.
4th tries the charm, as I say.
You've got some time. You don't need the time. Never mind.
You don't need it. That almost saved time. You have to get it 3rd try to go even. So we only lost a little bit of time to not trying the strat at all. That's actually really good. Good ratio. I'll take it.
Is good for that. That's such a hard strat.
So basically that stage gimmick is a huge gimmick. It's a very long auto-scrolling switch mechanism stage. You travel a bunch of straight paths. Really boring. Kind of cool if you move fast, I guess, but otherwise pretty boring. But that skip just lets you go straight to the final layer and go into the goal. Saves about, 20 seconds. 17, more like, against good movement. Very cool. Glad I got that pretty quick. I literally, the only reason we were doing a counting thing is because I could not get that like 40 times in a row. Like that I'm really glad we didn't just sit here. I took just long enough on that I'm not embarrassed. Let's go. Because everyone knows when you speedrun and you do a risky strat, it's like you have to balance failing it a bunch of times in a row and just like sitting there being like, okay, maybe this time, everyone. After like, failing a lot. But that was not too bad. That was not too bad. Oh. I got lost. Sorry, it's a labyrinth. Real scary maze here. I'm still, shaking from gimmick. You know how it is.
Did you call it a crazy maze?
Yeah, it's a bit wild and wacky and out of control. I wouldn't call it that. Like, I would keep the name. If I had the opportunity to rename an SME2 stage, I would not, personally, but if you want to, I guess that's fine. This is a great postmodern. What the heck? That momentum. Ooh, schmooth.
Stairs on ball game. They're nice to you. They hate me.
Some people hate stairs, and stairs hate them back. But me personally, I am a friend of the stairs. I'm the stair whisperer. 36. That's a great time.
That's 36 is super good on postmodern. Stair whisperer.
Stair whisperer.
I call you that later.
I have to try a really hard backup if I don't get my setup here. Okay, I got it. I don't know what would have looked cooler, the thing I was trying to do or that backup, but they both are really stupid, so enjoy the backup, I guess.
Epic
The
Invisible?
ability to take that backup is pretty bad because I'm really bad at that stage, so don't mind me. Oh, here's Epic Invisible, by the way, another pauseless pause strat classic. This one is way less prone to killing you infinitely, so we will not be doing a counter for gimmick. Unless you want to do it to make fun of me. You can if you want. I'm down. But I swear I'll get this within like 10 tries. check this invisible.
Okay, well, 2. No.
You're counting? You're counting?
I can.
Pressure. Oh my gosh. He has made peace with the stairs. I have, yeah. No, I don't talk bad, no matter what. Well, I don't get a lot of opportunities to play the SME1 stage, that's called Stairs. If I played that one a lot, I might have some more fighting words. That is probably one of the worst stages ever.
Yeah, that one is.
But I don't interact with it too often, so.
Good.
Not a lot of cases where I have to worry about that. I should?
No, you should not interact with that stage if you don't.
I should? You hate me?
Yeah,
what?
that's right.
Okay.
What is this epic visible attempt?
What's happening here? Look, don't even count. I hope you're not counting. Someone's counting. Someone was keeping track. Taking longer than Gimmick. This is the hardest track, confirmed. Alright, there. Ooh, I prematurely there we go a little bit. But we're making it. Alright, cool. It's epic invisible. The entire stage done in 1 step. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tears red goal. Oh, time is coming up, by the way, when Peter hits the goal tape on this last stage.
Oh, yes. When I enter the tape on Created By, the time is up. Don't worry, I love and timing, so I'll totally and time this. And time. I went to stop the timer myself, but I'm not in charge of that. Let's go. Someone else's responsibility. GG, everyone. That was Super Monkey Ball 2, story mode all levels. Why are we not doing Switch storage? That is an awesome question. I forgot, sorry.
This game has a more broken glitch in challenge mode. No, it also has one in story mode. There's a glitch in story mode where you can just skip any level. It's really funny, except simple. You can't skip simple.
Yeah, that stage is really hard. I wish I could skip it. GG's, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed Super Monkey Ball from the 2 of us. We're happy to join as a guest. Speedrunning region, cultural cross. You know, Pokemon and speedrunning go back a long... Wait, hold on. Pokemon and Monkey Ball go back a long way.
I mean, Pokemon speedrunning probably go back a long way, too.
We love Meeba. Meeba's a great Monkey Ball speedrunner as well. And, yeah. Glad we could help represent Monkey Ball to the Pokemon speedrun.
Yeah, thank you for having us. I mean, they put me on the Pokemon speedrunning diversity team. I don't speak in Pokemon.
That's awesome. You have now, though.
I have.
Yeah, let's go.
A couple of times.
I should do that sometime.
It's fun. It's a good time. Yeah, thank you for having us. It's all. I'm glad that we could show up and support Amiibo because, yeah, we have a lot of love for him too.
Yeah. All right. Oh, something crazy is happening here. By the way, there was totally a story. Don't worry about it. We're ready to drop